Hi you guys. So I'm going to start my video with my angel numbers, which are 111. So 111 signifies new beginnings, opportunities, and manifestation. And then my Bible verse is Psalms chapter 111 verse 1. Praise the Lord, I will give thanks to the Lord with my whole heart. You guys, whenever I seen that today and then I read that, I was like, God just speaks to me all the time. He just knows how to get to my heart and, you know, just, show me that he loves me. And when I read that today, it just reminded me of what God said and God's will for me. And maybe some of you guys need to hear this message that are being gang stalked and harassed and, just being hated by your people. I want to start off by saying, first off, God did say, if the world hates you, to remember they hated him first. And that is important because when you don't follow the world's agenda or their thoughts or the majority of the people's thoughts, then you are looked at as being weird or, you know, the oddball out. They're either going to look at you as being weird, goody two shoes, or, um, I don't know, like a misfit. And you're going to be singled out no matter what. I don't know what reason it is that your gang stalkers are harassing and following you. I've told you ideas of why they could be. Um, but either way, just know, like, they've heard so many things about us that are false. And I just want to share this and say this. An instance like this, these people are not leaders. And for those that are gang stalking and following people and that are in leadership roles, I don't know how you got there, one. And two, I said it in one of my videos like a week ago, and I'll say it again. Today, this gave me a reminder in my heart, and just that God is reminding me that our gang stalkers will be exposed, that their time is coming to an end. And those that have been at the front of the line and, you know, being wicked and evil and being the evil doers of this world are going to be sent to the back of the line. And God's not going to continue to give you chance after chance because I know I've warned y'all multiple times. God has, made it clear to me that He's warned y'all multiple times to stop the nonsense, to, stop doing all the things you're doing, and you continue to do it. You continue to hurt people. You continue to antagonize. You continue to take your leadership in this world and use it to be corrupted, to be, that's not why you were put in that position. And like I said, I don't even know how you got to that position because when you're being gang stalked, this is the problem that I have with gang stalking. Half these people don't even know you. And it was them just listening to what someone else had to say about you. And all I want to say is, you know, where are all the chiefs at that we have a bunch of Indians? Like, they say, what's the saying? Um, we don't have enough. Wait. There's too many chiefs and not enough Indians. Well, where are all the chiefs at right now? Because to me, this looks like just a bunch of Indians. Um, go, and there's no chiefs because if you were a chief, you would be a leader and you would say, I'm going to get to know that person myself. That's how I work. That's how my mind thinks. Before, yeah, people will tell me things about other people, but I'm going to use my own judgment on someone, especially before I go to the extent of gang stalking them, before I go to the extent of ruining their lives. I'm going to use my own mind because I have the capacity, the capability of using my own mind because that's why God gave us these minds. We have the ability to make our own choices, our own decisions, our own, you know, idea of someone. So to me, before you do all this, why don't you be a leader? And a lot of these people don't have the capacity of the mindset to be a leader. And that's why they heard one person say something about you and they joined the bandwagon of, let's join the hate crime, let's join this smear campaign, let's join the hate on Ashley for no apparent reason because I don't know her, but this is what so and so said, so it has to be true. Like that to me just does not make sense, and I don't get it, and I probably honestly will never get it because I just don't think that way, and I honestly just don't understand it. You know, when there's been times like whenever I worked night shift, there was a time where we didn't have a supervisor or a lead. So our boss goes out there and tells us, you know, I'm going to be looking, I'm going to be watching the cameras and stuff, and I'm going to see who I'm going to pick off this shift to be a lead, whoever stands out to me. Which, first of all, when he done that, I was just like, wow. Because, you know, now you got all these chiefs and not enough Indians. But then it's like, when you need the chiefs, where are they at? Where are they? And why are there just all these Indians? Where are the leaders of the world? Why isn't someone being different? Why are you being scared to be different? Because I get it. I understand being different and not being socially accepted and going against what the majority think is hard. But if it's the right decision and it's the right thing to do, then why wouldn't you do it? Where's your integrity? Where's your just your empathy or sympathy towards people? Where is that you decided to join the hate the hate wagon on Ashley for no reason? It makes no sense to me, and it will never make sense to me. But you know, if you are being gang stalked, just know that he, these people obviously can't think for themselves, or they don't have the just the humanity of kindness to be able to get to know this person without doing or without stooping that low, you know, because to me that's low. Like if you have to come against someone that you don't even know, whether it's for money or if it's for um you know, if it's to be hateful just because you like being hateful, just because you want to hurt someone, you're just evil. Honestly, I just don't have it in my head to like, let me just be evil and rude to someone just to be, and like let's make her whole world turn upside down because I just want to be an evil wicked person. That to me is just like, it's crazy. You know, I don't get it, and I'll probably never get it. But you know, obviously, I'm learning that there, Lubbock, Texas, has a bunch of Indians, and I there's not enough chiefs here, and I don't understand why not one person, especially if you know me, you know my character, you know who I am, um, wouldn't say, "Hey, this is what's going on," you know. But then it just shows me like we're in a world full of fake people that claim to be real. How many times do you hear people say like, "Oh, I keep it real. I keep it 100." Don't say that if it's not true. Don't let me see the emoji 100 on your post because you're not 100. If you were, then you would do the right thing and you would tell someone, even if it makes you different, even if it makes you have the different a different mindset than the majority. I will never understand that. I know I'm surrounded by people that know my whole life story better than I do. And how? How do all you guys know? How do all these people know everything about me before I do? And not one single person decided to come and say, hey, just an FYI, you're being gang stalked. Or hey, just an FYI, those may not be your, I mean, not, I'm just speaking in general. Those may not be your real parents, or just an FYI, someone left you an inheritance and they don't want to give it to you, or you know, whatever the case is, just an FYI, you know, people are, the word around town is You think you're better than everybody. And I want to make this extremely clear, especially if you know me, you know this. So the fact that you would go along with or believe someone that's not even from our hometown, which even is, well, I don't know, because apparently my mother is the ringleader, which she is from our hometown, but one of the people that was spreading a lot of it is not from our hometown, and y'all decided to take their word, and it's crazy. But all my exes, actually, James, Travis, Jeremy, none of them are from Lubbock, Texas. And my own town decided to, turn against me. But from the sounds of it and from what I heard from the word around town, okay, not from around town, but from my card readers, thank you. Um, I've always been, the underdog of this town, I guess. But guess what? The underdog gets to come to the top because God says so. And there's nothing anyone can do. This world holds 8 billion people in it. And 7 billion of these people can come towards me and can come towards you if you're being gang stalked and harassed. But if God is not ready for you to have the destiny that these people thought they were going to place on you, it's not going to happen. They can send 7 billion people, 7.9 billion people towards me. And if God says I'm going to be the last one standing, then I'm going to be the last one standing. Because that's God's judgment, not anyone else's. I don't understand why people will come up against me because of the way I was created, because of who I am or who anyone else is. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Um, and I'm sure you don't understand it if you're being gang stalked and harassed, because you're probably a nice person and these people probably thought they could take advantage of you, and that they would, well, she seems like an easy target. She seems like, because she's nice and sweet, that we can take complete advantage of her, and then unalive her so we can get this life insurance, or we can take complete advantage of her and then try to siphon the gifts that God gave her, since she's been feeding with her energy that God blessed her with a whole community and some. I don't want to just have some of her energy and ruin her entire life. I want to unalive her too. Like, what? That just does not make no sense to me, and I want you guys to know I'm not intimidated by y'all. And it's not because I think I'm big and bad, because I don't think that at all. And anyone that knows me knows I will I will get bullied and bullied and bullied until I'm at my breaking point, and then I'll start saying, because I don't like to be on the spotlight. I don't like to be noticed. I don't like to be pointed out. I don't like that. I the, you guys, there's this instance at work, right? When I was working at Sungo and I was a supervisor, there was this girl that worked there, and this girl would bully me or say something to me. And I wouldn't say bullying because I'm an adult and I can handle myself, but I would let her, because I'm like, I'm not gonna, I'm a grown woman. What do I look like arguing and fighting with another grown woman? If that's what you think, that's what you think. I don't care, you know? And because I had that attitude toward her, I thought I was better than her. But if my character says that I'm too grown to be fighting and arguing, and you feel like I think I'm better than you, then maybe it's because in that instance I am, because I'm taking the higher road. But there's sometimes where I have my breaking point, and this woman would tell me something almost every day for 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks of her. And I finally had my breaking point, and I was like, what is your deal? And like, me and her got into it. And then once I'm to that capacity or to that point, I cannot be unleashed. I cannot be, yeah. I guess, yeah, I'm unleashed. And I don't know how to like come back without it being something bigger than what it needs to be, you know? Because I've had my breaking point. I'll take it and take it and take it until I can't. And I think because of that, people read me completely incorrect and thought like, oh well, we can, do this to her and do that, and oh, and she's such a retard. She's so dumb that she'll never get it and she'll never see it. But when you ask God for clear discernment, that's exactly what God's going to give you. If you ask God to let you see clarity with your eyes that He blessed you with, that's exactly what God's going to do. And you're going to see everything. You're going to know everything. Tell God to feed your gut intuition what you need, and to give your body, to allow your body to be used the way He created it to be, and to like warn you. Because when something's wrong, we get that pit in our stomach to where we just know, and like it won't stop. Ask God to make that stronger for you. Ask God to allow you to see everything for what it is, and to not allow your enemies to be able to, control your mindset for the day, your thoughts, your ability to be mobile. And I say this like if it's easy, but I know firsthand it's not easy when you're being gang stalked. A lot of times, because I'm not scared to go out there to my community and walk around, and I will, but to me, it's just not worth it, especially if I know I'm in in a bad mood that day, because anything will trigger me. Anything will get to me, especially because I know what these people are doing. And the intimidation tactics that they use just is crazy to me. They have grown men. You guys, if y'all really see me, like I am like maybe 4'11", um so almost 5 feet, almost. I'm 140 pounds, 43 pounds maybe. So I'm small. And they have grown men mean mugging me and trying to intimidate me. And I'm I'm not, I don't think I'm better than anybody. I don't feel like, I'm high and mighty, because I'm small. I know the only reason why I'm still here today and I'm still alive is because that's God's will for me, and no one can change that, and no one can change yours either. But like today, for instance, there's this guy, because as soon as I go outside, I went outside to the balcony, and I'm sitting out there, worshiping, listening to Christian music, and of course, here come all the minions. Let's roam around and walk around and let her see us, because now we're brave and we don't care if she sees our face. Well, I don't care either, so I guess we're both in the we don't care spot. But you know they do things that, I guess it bothers them that I'm not intimidated by them. So, as a man and a woman acting like she's not scared really, really gets to their ego. Like, it really gets their ego. And I don't know why, because I'm not doing nothing. I'm minding my own business. But anyway, this guy comes, and like I said, I'm upstairs, and I'm on the balcony part, and he walks staring me down the entire time. So I'm looking at him too, all the way till he stands right in front of me, but we're like 20 feet apart. And he just looks at me. So I just stay looking at him. And then he finally, because I guess I didn't look away, is like, I'm going to go up there and see if I can intimidate her. So he climbs the stairs, goes up the stairs. And where my room is, there's not another door. So like, what other rooms will you be going to over here? And if because there's a staircase on that side if you were going to go to those rooms. But so I'm like, he like comes and he's facing me, and like he's just looking at me. So I'm like, what do you want? And I don't mean to be rude, but like at this point I am kind of like, what do you want? Like, because if you're going to approach me, don't approach me trying to intimidate me, because you're not going to intimidate me. You can, if you guys were to like stab me, beat me, whatever you guys decide y'all want to do, I know that if my God says I'm going to survive, I'm going to survive. And that's just it. But anyway, this guy is just looking at me. So I'm like, what do you want? And he's like, oh, no, I was looking for my friend's room. And I'm like, well, what room number is your friend in? And He goes, oh, he's over there. And I'm like, okay, well then go over there. Leave me alone, please. And, I can tell it bothered him, but like, don't try to intimidate me because I'm not going to be intimidated. I'm not going to be intimidated by anybody, especially when I'm minding my own business. And especially because you guys heard a bunch of false allegations about me and decided to run with that instead of getting to know me. And those that do know me and still decided to do it, you're just a jealous person, because I don't see no other reason why you would do it unless you're jealous. Because I am a kind person. You guys know that. I would do anything for anyone and give my shirt off my back to anybody. And your jealousy, your insecurities should not be put onto someone else, should not be put onto me. I've never thought I was better than anybody. Travis always likes to say, oh, there goes Ashley. She thinks she knows everything. And I'm like, first off, you get to know me. Because the more I hear Travis talk, I'm like, yeah, someone must have told him all this stuff about me. Because if you know me, then you know that I've never thought I never even thought I was smart. I always say I'm not intellectually smart, but I have a lot of common sense. And I thank God for my common sense. But he swears I think I know everything, and that I don't think I know everything. A matter of fact, I always say I was in resource skills classes, and I didn't, from what I was told, was that I was behind in grade levels, and like my intellectual level wasn't at the age that it needed to be. So I always felt like, yeah, I'm not that smart and I'm not that. But for him to be like, oh, you think you know everything. And now I hear the word around town is that I think I know everything, or that I'm materialistic, or that I'm goody two shoes. Well, I'm sorry that all you guys feel that way without getting to know me. And I have a natural B face. I don't know what to tell y'all. And I'm not going to smile. And yeah, I am kind. I do like nod my head. But I'm not going to be overly friendly when I know y'all are all gang stalking me, and y'all are all harassing me, and y'all are all being very mean, malicious people towards me. Um, because I'm just not going to. I don't care who you are, and especially when you're trying to, like, even like tonight there's these, like, Camaro looking cars that were like circling the apartment complex, or the motel complex. And one of the guy literally opens his door and he says something, so I was like, huh? And then I still didn't hear what he said, and then he shut it, and then he stayed with his lights all bright, because everyone has these bright LED lights, which I feel like is done purposely. um look Stays parked right there just looking at me, so I'm like, what's up, like, what? And then as he's driving by me, he's like, and I'm like, what? That's what I did. I said, what? I don't understand, especially if I don't know you and you don't know me. Because guarantee you, if you came up to me and I didn't know you and you asked, hey, can I have $5 because I need gas, and like, I'm out of gas, and if I had it, I would give it to you, because that's just who I am. But you don't even know me, and you're me mugging me, and you have a problem with me. That's your insecurity. It's not my fault that I am secure within myself.